Have a open discussion on the value of conduct of the roundtable.
I thought your conduct was outstanding. Is that what you wanted?
Thank you.
Exactly why I put it in here, I wanted that.
I thought it was great.
Dave?
I suggested just because I thought we ought to at least talk about it for a few minutes and no action or anything, but, you know, when you do something like this, I think it's smart to say, what did you intend to do, what actually happened, what did you learn from it to do it better next time? It's called an after-action report. My gut feeling is it went really well, in a lot of ways. We thought we had reasonable attendance. I would like to see more membership line-items there.
We had one.
We had two, but one was a pure membership auditor. The other one actually lives here, but he owns a membership auditor. So that was a little disappointing. But I thought the attendance was pretty good. We talked beforehand about, in my view, we didn't need to video it because it wasn't a formal meeting. See what happened. I still think if we do it again, we shouldn't video it. That's just my opinion.
You should not.
Should not video.
Yeah.
It's not a formal meeting. No minutes, no actions, just open discussion. We didn't even present anything. I did jot down a couple of small action items that came up, but we don't need to go over those tonight. That's all I know.
Would you change anything next time? Or besides the video?
I can just exclude video.
It might be better, and I know this won't hurt your feelings, it might be better if we enlisted a impartial moderator.
How many times did I suggest that?
I know you did, I know you did, I know you did, and you know, and I had to see it up close and personal for myself, but I think it might have been better had we done that. That way there, then it wouldn't give the appearance that there was one person who, no, you're right,
There'd be quite a cost for that.
I know, I'm not saying we get John Wayne or somebody from Hollywood to, you know.
Airbnb.
No, not Airbnb. No, there's gotta be some.
A passport president.
I think that's Dave.
Sure. Some,
That's not necessarily partial either.
well, no, it isn't, but
At least not in the thick of it.
maybe we could enlist some member to be a.
Sure. I think that's a great idea, Jim.
Comment back, John, I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay.
The reason being, quite frankly, if you have somebody that's not even from here or knows anything, that first of all makes it very difficult because they don't know anything that's going on. And I don't think a meeting like that can be run that way. If you have somebody that is here, that person still then has to decide or make the decision of who's going to answer something. And logically, although unfortunately, in that kind of a meeting, 90% of the questions are probably answered by the president. So I don't know that that person is going to make any different decision. And if a decision has to be made, like it was made a couple times at the meeting, that the president determined that he was going to answer in lieu of another board member, I think that's the president's prerogative. An independent moderator could not do that, they wouldn't know enough to do it. One comment.
Could I comment on Pat's comment? Yeah, certainly there's merit in a lot of what you said, but I'm not suggesting, first of all, I'm not suggesting an outsider, Reese Bloom or anybody like that. Somebody from the community who could field the question and then turn to the board and say, which of you wants to field it? And by default, if nobody else stands up, then I guess the president or somebody would have to do it. But the moderator doesn't have to appoint somebody to do it. And I think especially at Lake Holiday, where there is the perception that for whatever reason, and we can't seem to dispel this perception, that there's one or two people who have this place in a dictatorial grasp. by having the president serve as the moderator, all it does is feed into that perception that we're trying to correct. And so I think we have to think long and hard before we do it the next time of having someone other than the president of the board be the moderator.
I think it might be fair to limit the times a person could address the panel. I think everybody in the room should have a chance, and just because somebody brings a laundry list doesn't mean that they have to go through the whole laundry list.
Dave? Do you think it was proper to have all those anonymous questions? I don't either. Why can't people say who they are when they ask a question?
I guess I would like to again comment on the two statements we just, when I originally thought, and I called it what I call a board work session or something, when I really threw the idea out of having this kind of thing, my thought was that, hey, there are no real ground rules other than nobody can get up and kill the next guy. But if there's a person and he's got 100 questions, I think he ought to have an opportunity to ask those 100 questions. I really do. No. Again, that's where the moderator comes in. The moderator says, Joe, you just had the floor for 10 minutes, and there's another person over here who wants to. We'll come back to you after we've gone around the room and other people have had their chance.
Which is what he did.
Which is exactly. No, I thought we handled that very, very well. Yes, but I don't think we should impose upon anybody in that room any kind of a restriction. We said, hey, I'll bet this is your chance to come and get off your chest whatever is bothering you. And I don't want to in any way limit that.
That person that I recall had all these anonymous. So-and-so told him to ask this question, so-and-so told him to ask that question, and then the
Perhaps we should, I'm sorry, go ahead, I thought you were.
Oh, still going?
Go ahead.
The little bunny's still here.
Go ahead.
I think that we should have said if you can't identify the author of the question, then we don't have to take the question.
I think that's reasonable. There may not have been any other author. We don't know. It would be nice to know what the source of these anonymous questions is. So